but man, you work so hard and you do so much. I'm like, it's better than the alternative.
Yeah. You gotta work hard doing something.
Working for anyone. Working for anyone.
Welcome back, everybody, to A Week in Wash. We're in Marietta, Georgia with Rollie with LeJeune ceramic coating. What is it? LeJeune?
LeJeune ceramic coating and paint correction.
There's little Eric.
Yeah, it's little Eric. There's a lot of Eric on that TV. I'm trying to make it as sort of homey and comfortable in here as possible.
I think that's important because, you know, if you come into a place where it's just stuffy and quiet, you kind of feel awkward.
Yeah.
You know, like I like the TV on and you come in here and there's just
noise.
action going on. Was this box here?
Reception area, yeah.
How much space is actually?
Full shop is 3,500.
It looks
give
perfect.
or take. You know. Have a 6 foot by 4 foot window getting put into this wall here next week.
And this is out to the shop?
This goes out to the shop. I really like the transparency. I like when I've been to places and it's not just like, no, you clients stay here. You can't see what's going on here.
Yeah.
I like that they can look here and be like, oh, look, stuff. And it sort of gives that feeling of, oh, he's open about what he's doing.
Right.
I enjoy it. And I'm the only person here too. So when someone comes in the door, I can be like, hey, I am here. Yeah. Nap area, waiting area. I've had several clients already pass out on the floor.
Really? Some of the videos that we see on Chicago Autopros, we've been around for 10 years and we've got a lot of nice things, the chemical dispensing systems and everywhere, but just like everybody else, we started just like this, in a small shop, and everybody's gonna start somewhere. We're gonna wash this beautiful Defender.
Make it work, man.
Let's do it, man. Let's get to know Rollie. Show me your process here. What do you got going on? So,
well, this is my wash area over here. My normal wash stuff for my Dr. Beasley stuff, because I only use Dr. Beasley stuff for matte finish.
okay.
So this is all my matte finish. I have separate products, everything for that, so it never gets the glossy stuff done.
Now there's no drainage in here.
There's not.
Yet, or?
There is. The landlord would let me do whatever I want here. If I wanted to put in drainage, he would actually go in half with me to do that.
Yeah.
But what I think I'm gonna actually end up doing is I'm gonna get like these little bumpers that you can put on here, you can drive over.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna probably bring them in 10 foot or so.
Okay.
And typically the way I do, I'm usually not doing detailing in the evening because the sun's over here.
Yeah.
All prep work is usually done first thing in the morning. That way the sun's over here, it's nice and shaded. The door's up. I'll have the bumpers, I'll wash it and just squeegee it out so the water doesn't trickle down into here.
Okay.
That's sort of the setup for now.
That works.
Again, you just gotta get started, man.
What did you do before detailing?
I was bartending. That's always sort of been my fallback.
Yeah.
Has been bartending. Ran into a guy that had his own sort of Scratch-O-Matic tunnel wash that wanted to try to upgrade, and he had 2 bays. I was gonna go help him out with that. Let's just say his ethos wasn't that high, so I couldn't continue working with him, but I fell in love with this on a professional level. Decided I want to do my own thing. Within a year, I was up and running.
That's awesome, dude. So when we saw you last year for the business class, you were just...
January 21 was whenever I did the detail-wise. My first car I touched under my flag was June 1st of 2020.
Okay.
So I was still very, very new.
That's awesome, dude. And just making it happen. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching right now that it may have or be close to where you're at, where you're just getting started and jumping into the business, and it can be scary, you're looking for a spot. Can you kind of walk through what that was for you? Like, how long did you look before you found this? What things were you looking for? What did you learn about getting this building?
Let's start with how long was I looking? Well, I think it was, for me, the way I do most things, it's important for me to have a defined linear path and direction of what I want. I don't like winging things too much. Some things you have to, but some things I like to have plans with. And I just knew an area I wanted to be in, because I could have found a location 6 months before I did. I didn't want to be driving 45 minutes one way. So whenever I was looking, it needed to be within a certain 5-mile radius of where I lived, or where I live, should I say. And that really defined my location. That made it a lot harder because it constrained where I was looking. It lowered the number of buildings available to me. So once I figured that out, I just started looking. It took me probably 7-8 months of constant looking to find something. Because there's a ton of like little business shops area here that have the little 1,500 to 2,000 square foot shops, but they just kept getting eaten up. So I'd look consistently, and I just made it a mission every night. That's what I did. There's about 4 websites you can use to find them, and I was on them constantly. I made myself an Excel spreadsheet to keep track of everything, and I found this shop at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so I woke up, I refreshed the page, and when it refreshed, this one popped up as new. And it was 4 o'clock in the morning, so I didn't contact anyone. I sent emails, but as soon as around 9, 10 o'clock, I called the realtor. He was like, man, how'd you find this place already? We put it up at like 3 o'clock. Like, well, I found it at 4. I came in, found it.
We've looked at quite a few buildings, and you look at it, and sometimes it's hard to have the vision. You see a lot of things online where the shops are already outdone, and the walls are painted, and they got lights up everywhere, and the floors are done, and the office is done. It's hard to look into a spot like this, and this is probably a lot cleaner than what it was when you looked in here, but you walk into a place like this, and you're like, maybe you don't see the vision.
No, I immediately saw it, because I already knew before I had a shop, the caliber of shop I was aspiring to, like what I want my name to be associated with.
Yeah.
I already know what that looks like. I just didn't know what the space looked like yet. So as soon as I found this space, I have a design mind. I have a degree in design, so I found this place, was like, all right, it was laid out in my mind already. I have it already laid out on the computer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna print it up and put it on the wall actually to keep it in front of me all the time. So that part for me was the sort of an easy part. It's getting there. It's the path of getting there and getting it done. That's the harder part for me.
Yeah. You actually like put a design together?
Yeah, I put a design together. Everything I'm gonna do with the walls, the color, the floor. The only thing I couldn't put up is like I have the G-Technic letters I'm gonna put up. I have Dr. Beasley stuff. You know, some of the different brands I work with. I couldn't put that stuff in the program, but I already know the placement of the cars, everything.
That's awesome.
Within 2 weeks of being here, I had some trickle from before it started to slow down, and I had 4 or 5 cars in here getting various things done. I was like, oh, okay.
You don't realize how quickly it gets. Oh yeah, yeah.
And I think also having a bigger space, one, it has given me that helps with the vision, the long-term vision of, okay, I have this much space, I see how it looks, and I can start thinking about maybe adding services or what it looks like to make the building and function better.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest hurdles, to know how big of a spot that you should get, because just starting out, one of your fears is capital. How much money do you have? Yep. How long is it gonna last? And if you look at a building where it's $3,500 a month, you're counting the months on like, okay, I got 3 months to make this work, and then I'm out of money.
I'm out of here, yeah.
That's a scary thing to look at. But it's also, you don't know how busy you're gonna be. When we got our first shop, it's like, didn't know how much demand there was going to be, and can it go quickly, or so that's a scary part, definitely, for sure, when you're looking at something. But for anybody out there that's in this position kind of looking, there is a lot of demand out there, and I think you got to believe in yourself. I think this is the perfect size to start off, where you have 2 or 3 cars. You need space for 2 or 3 cars.
You do.
If you think you're going to go into one space where it's a 1 or 2 car garage, it's very hard. It's very hard to do that, because a lot of times, if you have multiple cars going, it doesn't give you any room for growth.
No.
You're already at that ceiling.
You're already pinnacled and where you can be. And that's actually what, once I got in here, I was like, okay, I can grow into this for the next couple of years. And, worst case, if the market stays the same where it's hard to find something, maybe instead of moving out of this location, I need to grow out of it, I can just find another location, just have 2 smaller spaces.
Right.
Who knows what that looks like down the future.
Yeah. I'd love to see your vision. Let's go to Rollie's dream world.
My dream world?
Let's go to his dream
world. That might be scary.
Welcome to Rollie's mind.
Good luck.
I want to see inside that brain.
So the vision for this place, huh?
Yeah.
Honestly, my end game for my venture in this space of what I'm doing as an entrepreneur is My love is teaching. I love to teach.
That's awesome.
I, for a long time, wanted to be a motivational speaker. I just didn't have anything to motivately speak about. But I really would love to see my space turn into a training facility.
Okay.
And I love this industry so much and what I do here. I want to teach this at an extremely high level.
That's awesome.
Like what I've learned from y'all. Like I went to y'all and I learned all of this stuff and it perfected what I do. I want to give that to other people as well. And I want, as a shop and functioning with employees, obviously I need people to stay and be employees. But as I find those entrepreneurially minded people, I want to be that path that pushes them to create their own shop. The way I see it, if I can create more high-end shops around me, that just elevates the game.
Oh yeah.
And it makes us all more money and it educates our clients better. So the more high-end shops I can create, I see it as a win.
Yeah.
So that's what I want.
That's awesome.
It's getting there that I'm working on.
Take some time to build that, and
yeah, I have a long game mindset. I'm not. This isn't like I think this is going to happen in 3 or 4 years. This is a 10+ year mindset.
you need patience.
Yeah, lots of it.
You know that I talk to a lot of guys in the industry, and that's one common theme that I see through a lot of guys is they want to make everything happen so fast and so quickly, and they can be 6-8 months, a year into the game and have so much frustration because I'm slow, I ain't got no work. I'm like, you've been in this for 8 months, calm down.
You haven't even been in it for a year yet, man.
We're, Chicago, I mean, I've been in this for 20 years, but Chicago Autopros is 10 years. We still go through the same thing.
Yeah.
Back to school, it gets slow, winter, rain, there's just seasons where it's just like, where is everybody?
That's part of it, though. You got that's part of the fun. It's part of the destination of it.
Yeah. Okay, so end game teaching. I love that.
Yep.
I think you're going to make an absolutely wonderful teacher. I mean, the passion that you have and share is just awesome, and that's huge.
Thank you.
When you're teaching. So I think you're going to do very well with that. But how about like the actual, like what's the first steps of this?
Well, the first steps.
Make money.
Well, make reoccurring revenue.
Yes.
Reoccurring profitable, income, so I can keep the growth going.
Yes.
Right now, my focus is to stay in the lane of what I'm good at right now, which is paint correction and ceramic coating. Yeah. That's I think it's real easy to get too muddled up with trying to offer too many services too fast.
Yeah.
I did just recently add window tinting, but that's an easy, that's a quick sell, and an easy thing to do. So I'm going to focus on that, perfect it, build my name in that, get really, really good at it, and hopefully be able to, within sooner than later, get some employees in here that are, worth paying. And if they're not, train them to be.
Yep.
And grow from there, man. And as I see the ability and the path, start getting into applied films, PPF wraps, and things like that.
Love it.
When I first started out, I told you I did my first car June 1st of 2020. I started out as just a mobile detailer.
Yeah.
I had a Ford Transit Connect. I kitted out with all the equipment I need, much of what you're seeing us use now. And that's how I started, just detailing cars. Did a few mom vans and realized I don't want to do that.
Nobody wants to do that.
And that's just no fun. A lot of those, hey honey, I'll get your car cleaned once every 3 years, happy birthday stuff.
Yeah.
And that's actually when y'all met me. I was like, I need to learn this stuff at a better level so people will pay me good money to perfect their paint. And started doing that. And have really sort of gotten away from the mobile detailing. I actually just recently sold the whole detailing setup as a ready-to-go company to a guy in Tennessee.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that capital, and here in short order, this place is going to start looking a lot better within the next month or so. So.
Do you know that I went to college to be an elementary school teacher?
I do not know that.
Yeah, I went to be a second grade elementary because I had a girlfriend all throughout high school, and we taught Sunday school together, and they're all second graders, and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't into religion or anything that much, but I just loved hanging out with the kids and teaching.
the kids.
Yeah, so I loved it, and I've always loved kids and everything, and I was like, I'm gonna be a teacher. I went to about a semester of college, and I was like,
Nope, not gonna be a teacher.
I went to like 2 weeks worth of classes, and then I just partied the entire semester, and I'm like,
That does happen.
I'd make a terrible teacher. What am I thinking? Nobody wants me teaching their kids. How are you finding your customers?
See, that's the other part of this industry that I love is I like doing the social media stuff.
Yeah, I see your videos all the time.
I like making the videos. I love the process of actually editing the videos, thinking of the music that goes with the videos, all that stuff. That whole process I love. Ultimately,
So I'm seeing a lot of your videos on Facebook and stuff. Are you putting them on YouTube?
I'm getting that created. I had an issue uploading for a while.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I might have 7 videos up right now on YouTube.
Okay. We'll link your channel
So that path
in the
is
description
coming.
below.
So that is in the works.
It's
I
creative.
think I
You're
figured it
creative,
out.
man. I know that we've talked a lot, and I know that you're a creative just like I, man. I just love creating stuff.
I do. I like creating
You can
it.
just create it out of nothing, you know? That's
Yep.
what I love about it.
So that's a big part of the path of once I get employees in here, because man,
Yeah.
it's a lot to do every administration, answer all the phone calls, do all the emails. People will walk in, do all the vehicles, think of all the shots and all, because it gets real boring just one shot doing. So I like to try tons of angles and stuff. It makes one job many hours longer.
There is a lot to do that you don't think about when you get started. Like somebody's got to write the checks and
Yeah,
pay the
all of it,
bills.
man.
And hey, you know, one thing that we had, like our garbage can was getting too full. So somebody had to call the garbage people to make up, do 2 pickups a week. And like,
That's one thing I have in luck. The can that's over there is communal, and
Yeah.
the company next door takes care of it. I just get to use it, so I just have to worry about my cans
Yeah.
in the shop.
until you get bigger and you got 5 guys in here and you got 14 garbage bags going in a day. Then they're gonna be like, hey, buddy.
Hey, I'll worry about that when I get there. The creating the videos and everything, man, that's a big part of what I want to do in my path to getting there. Once I get employees, I'm gonna be in their face all the time making videos.
Yeah,
They're gonna get sick of me.
it's fun. Our guys love being in them, being a part of them and everything. And it gives not like this is a boring job, because I don't think it's boring, but gives it something else, another dynamic to
It's more than just
what
going
you're
to
doing,
the shop,
and it's just like, it's just fun. So for marketing, besides videos and stuff, is there anything else that you're finding that's working, that's getting you some clients in here?
Well, what's worked for me is Google.
Yeah.
I do have a company doing my
Google. Google. Who's that?
It's this little company, not well known yet.
Never heard of
I
them.
think I'm one of the first to the game. That's why it's working so well for me.
Ooh, tell us more.
And I do have a marketing agency taking care of my my Google ads,
Okay.
because I was trying to do that, but at some point you have to delegate, man.
Yeah.
And that was something that
Absolutely.
was easy for me to delegate. I found a good one. It took me a while to find a good one. That's something no one tells you. Finding good marketers. Holy cow. Man, I thought that was going to be an easy part. It was not. I wasted a lot of money on a lot of crap marketers.
You know what I hate is that you can manipulate the numbers so easily. Like, I mean, as far as clicks and click-through rate and how many calls you're getting, it may not convert to actually jobs coming in. They can say, I can get you 50 leads, but like, if 49 of them are crap dead leads, who cares?
That's why it took me so long to find good ones, and that's why I don't market on social media.
Yeah.
Because there's all these companies that are like, oh, we'll get you 10,000 impressions a day. I'm like, I don't care about 10,000 impressions if I only get 1 conversion.
Right.
How about you give me 10 impressions and I get 9 conversions? But I found way more of my clients and things come
Yeah.
from my time invested in doing the videos.
Yeah.
And I actually had a talk with Greg one time when he was here. I think he was actually here getting his red Porsche.
Yeah. Yeah.
He and I had lunch together, and we talked about that exact thing, how all the different hats, my time is well spent. What's my hourly rate doing this versus what I can be making myself as the videos. So That's always playing in the back of my mind. So those videos are amazing because I have so many people that come in and they're already talking about the things that I've talked about before months ago. For instance, I had a guy that just did a website kit for me on his new car that's coming in at the end of next month. And in the bottom, he said, don't worry, I told the dealership not to touch it because I harp on that. Brand new cars, don't let your dealership touch your car because they're going to screw it up. And it's more money you're going to have to pay to have me fix their stuff. Just let it come in brand new. There's already things wrong with it. They'll make it worse. And so people are getting the message of what I'm sending out, so it works.
It works, but it's time. It's just another thing that is on your to-do list that you need to get done.
I guess that's where I'm sort of lucky in the fact it sounds really sort of cheesy and cliche, but I legitimately love what I do.
Yeah.
And while it's hot, and don't misconstrue that for anyone new out there, just because you love it doesn't mean you're going to have days you wake up and you're like, I don't want to do it. You're still going to get those days, but it makes it way more palatable when you love it.
We were just talking about this morning. So me and Saldi were coming through the airport, and you got to go through and show your ID and everything else. And it's not like they were mean or anything, but you can tell that they just hate being there.
Yeah, man.
They hate their lives. And I told them, like, don't you feel so lucky we get to do what we love doing? I mean, you could be working at the airport right now, hating your life.
Hating it.
Because it sucks.
Because I've had that conversation with people. They're like, but man, you work so hard and you do so much. I'm like, it's better than the alternative.
Yeah. You got to work hard doing something.
Working for anyone. Working for anyone, man.
Hell yeah. What I love about it is, like, you can take this already clean car, which most people will look at it and stand, whatever 5 feet away from it and look at this car and be like, this is absolutely perfect. But like once we get done with it, it has this like extra glow.
Yeah, man.
And people were like, it's so surprising. They look it up, they're like, I don't think you can make it look any better. And this just looks like, I can't even explain it.
And I'll have, because I have a lot of new cars, brand new cars come in, they're like, I don't know how you're gonna make this any better. And then they come back and they're like, oh wow, you made it better. Like, how do you do that? I'm like, it's what I do, man. My short-sightedness of selling my van. I usually just blow everything.
Yeah. That's nice.
It went with the van, and I ordered one, or I need actually to order one. I meant to pick one, just a regular leaf blower up from Home Depot.
Yeah.
I was there yesterday and I forgot. So what I was doing is I was just using my compressor to get as much of it off as possible. It runs out of juice quick though.
This is the whole point. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get it done.
Get it done.
You don't need all the fancy equipment right away. You don't need perfect walls. You don't need perfect floors. You don't even need a drain.
No.
You can just make it happen. Just get in there and start it and do it. And this stuff can come with time, right?
It comes with time. You'll be hard pressed to find anyone that started with everything they wanted.
No, it doesn't happen.
And again, for me, it's part of the travels to get there. It's not so much the destination I'm looking for. It's all this. It's this. Yeah. This right here.
This is the fun part that you look back on and knowing that you don't enjoy the success of things if you don't go through the challenges and the pains of finding the place, and 7 months to look for it, and you finally found it. That's what fuels it. That's what makes it special, This exact moment right here. This is a super unexpected special moment for me because I've been watching you on YouTube for years. When I started this company 2 years ago, I would have never thought I'd be right here making a video with you in my shop. Hell yeah.
Like, come on, man. This is where it's at, right here. This is it.
Hell yeah.
Blowing this car down with a Makita air blower.
You got drying towels though, right?
Actually, I don't, because this is, why am I doing that? This is actually what I will do is I will actually just blow down the windows, all the glass, so I don't have to polish it, because I'm already doing paint correction. And what I typically dry with, I do have some of those bins coming that I was texting you about.
Oh yeah.
Once I found
those
them,
will be nice.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't stand all this unorganized crap.
Yeah.
But I'll just go through and just do a rough dry.
Okay.
Because normally, like I said, I'll blow it.
Yeah.
And then I'll just get leftover water with that.
You have pretty good water here then?
It's not bad, yeah. It's not horrible. That is part of the process too, is to eventually get a nice deionized, like 5-stage water cleaning system and actually do like ACP's doing and sell the water to mobile detailers.
Nice. Well, if you need a new air compressor, I can get you a Quincy for a real good price.
Well, that's the good thing about all this. You see this? The Ducati shop, I already have everything, the plumbing. So I already have a lot of the work done. All the electrical work is done to be able to have a full-size tank in here. So it's really the ideal location in many, many ways. Question.
Yes.
About that little mini blower y'all have.
Yes.
Would that do good for me for this kind of application?
It'd be way better than that.
Well, yeah, it's obviously better than this. But that's actually what I'm thinking about getting.
So you're gonna love it because if you're doing any interiors, use it on the interiors, dude. It's so fast on the interiors. I just blow everything out. I actually really, really like it. I appreciate you sharing your story, man, your passion. I love it. You know, from the first time you actually came to the classes, you know, we hit it off right away.
Yeah.
And me and Greg both talked. This is a guy who absolutely gets it. You want it, you get it, and you have the capacity to be able to do this. And I'm happy for you that you got this brand new shop. I hope that maybe some people out there are inspired by your story of,
I hope so.
you know, just make it happen, just do it.
Let's do it, man.
And they can check you out on YouTube.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
We'll put all the links in the description.
Website, contact me directly, whatever, man.
Hell yeah. Cheers, brother.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Hot coffee.